Hi everyone, I wanted to share with you how to create a active geo-replication cluster with Azure Managed Redis. First, we're gonna type Azure Managed Redis. Now that we're create, you can find it here. It has its own place. We click create, enter the resource group. I will call this one test AA1, pretty much test active, the first cluster. I give it a region. In this case, I'll use East US 2, and important 500 gigabytes and 1 gigabyte will not allow active, so I'm starting at 3. Click next. I'm not gonna set up a private endpoint for this one, but for your case, of course, you can go through a private endpoint process. So here's the screen of active geo-replication. In this screen, you will select create new group. So we're gonna click create. The next thing is giving a geo-replication group a name. So in my case, trio replication group test. And here, if you see, you already have a configured replica, and this is the cluster that you are creating. This is what it says current. This is the cluster that you're creating. But here in this interface, it's gonna allow you to create other clusters. So you don't have to go through the process of, creating one cluster and then adding the other clusters. You can do so also, but in this case, I'm gonna create them all at the same time. So in this case, I'm gonna create my database name. I will name it default. Now, this cluster I'm creating, that I'm in the process of creating, is in the location East US. So my new replica, I'm gonna go to Central US. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna name it test 2, so I can find it. Central US, our replica. There we go. And then I'm gonna add a third one. And why I'm adding a third one is because now with AMR, the way to achieve the 5 nines SLA is to have 3 clusters active geo-replication. So let's go to West US 2, for example, and I'm adding. So what's going on? I'm creating 3 clusters. So this process is going to create 3 clusters and gonna join them into a replication group, all the databases, and they're gonna sync. Next up, we're gonna get into the advanced settings, select the modules. For this instance, I'm gonna do Redis JSON and Redis search. Click enterprise. I'm not gonna worry about anything else at the moment. Click now and click create. And now what's gonna happen is it's gonna go ahead and deploy the 3 clusters I already joined into an active replication group. Now I'm gonna pause here, and when it finished creating the active replication group, I'm gonna show you how to connect. In my case, I'm gonna use key authentication, and then after that, I'm going to add some data, and we will see them already automatically replicating to the clusters. Okay, now that our deployment is complete, let's go ahead and connect to it. So let's go to a resource, go to the first cluster. I'm gonna go ahead and enable access key. By default, they are off. I'm gonna go enable this one, but you can absolutely try use Microsoft Entra Authentication, where you can use users, you can add service principal of managed identity. Gonna go ahead and open Redis Insight. We're gonna add a Redis database, go connection settings, and let's get into overview, our endpoint. So one big trick is to add it into the host. Once you add it to the host, it will automatically add the port, and then it will create the database alias. The next thing you will do is in password, you're gonna get open, or actually you will use the authentication key. copy, paste. And don't forget on security, enable TLS, because the cluster is TLS enabled by default. Once you have that, click add Redis database, and it is added. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and add the second cluster, because I want to see the data coming through to the other side. Same thing, same concept. Go to authentication, press inside. I will show you, and then I will use CLI so you can see it. So here's is the East US. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a new key. So yes, okay. If I click refresh, I'll see it here. If I go back to Central US, it's already here. See, it automatically sync the key over the cluster. If I go to the cluster in West US, I will see the same information. Just to show you, let's go to test 3, test AA3, add it. Now, since this is part of a replication group, that's why all the access are enabled. What I expect is once I join, the key was already added. Here we go. So all the clusters, the data is already synced. How you can now do the same thing using CLI. So let's go ahead and open some windows. So I will go CLI. So I'm gonna type here Redis host port 1000, asking password. So I will go ahead and my access key, and I'm connected, and I can test. Okay, I will do the same for the other two. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna set a key quickly. Let's go ahead and set it here. Go here. It's already. You see how we set it up on cluster East, and in couple of seconds where I was going through the other terminal, I was able to see them. Execute the command into Central and into West, and everything was already replicated. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining and seeing this in action.